Today we're going to talk about how to use techniques that the military and spies use to become a better salesperson and close more deals. My name is Michael Barayev, and I was able to build a team of 150 plus sales guys in less than 2.5 years. And now we have a solar company that's growing like crazy from coast to coast like butter on toast. So there's this video I was watching recently, and it was a spy. I forget his name. I think it was Andrew something. But I was watching the video, and he was talking about like how spies actually, how they infiltrate other countries and how they get other spies to start spying for them and all this, crazy espionage kind of stuff, right? So long story short, he talked about one thing that really resonated with me very well. Like, why do people make decisions, right? And they really make decisions for 4 reasons, and they call it RICE, right? I don't know if it's a spy thing, I don't know if it's a military thing, but I do know that RICE is the motive and the reason and the drive why most people make decisions, right? So R stands for R-I-C-E. R stands for reward, right? So people make decisions based on a reward. Think of the last time you spoke to a customer. Think of the last time you spoke to a human being. Like, why are they making that decision? There's got to be a thing called a within. What's in it for me? That's what they're thinking about. So when you're selling a customer, when you're closing deals, you got to sell not from your angle, but from their angle. Like, why would they want to make this decision? What's the reward for them? What's the reason for them? What's important for them? And a lot of times salespeople make this mistake where they're thinking that, or even in a negotiation, you're selling from your angle. Like, oh, we're going to bring you more deals. Like, let's say you're talking to a solar installation company and you wanted to, do business with them. And you're literally telling them, we're going to bring you all these deals. We're going to bring you 30 deals a week. But what you may not realize is that they don't want 30 deals a week. You maybe want 30 deals a week, but what they want is 5 good deals a week. Consistency is what they want. They only want 5. And they only want 5 also because their infrastructure can't handle 30, right? So you got to understand what the other party wants, what the other person wants. And because most people make decisions based on their reward, not your reward. So when you're selling to somebody, you got to understand what is their reason, what is their reward, because a lot of people make the mistake by selling through their lens instead of really truly understanding the other person and the other party, right? Now, I stands for ideology. People make decisions based on their ideology, based on their belief system, based on what they believe is true to them. For example, if I'm a Democrat and I'm talking to a Republican, or if I'm a Republican talking to a Democrat, it's going to be very difficult for me to convert them in that conversation. It takes a little bit of time to obviously, to convert them into the ideology that we believe in. Whether you're a Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter, right? So you have to understand that people's ideology is their core beliefs that they believe deep inside their heart. It's their core belief, and they will make decisions based on their ideology. For example, right? You have Jews, you have Christians, you have Muslims, you have people that are fanatical about their religions, and they'll do whatever they got to do. They'll even kill themselves just because they believe a certain belief system, right? So it's very important to understand that people's ideology will make them make decisions much better. So you need to figure out, what is this person's ideology? What is this person's belief system? What do they truly deep down inside of their core believe inside of their heart and in their minds? Because once you figure out their ideology, you'll know whether or not they're going to make a decision to do business with you or even sign a closed deal or whatever it may be, right? Number 3 is C, which is coercion. Right? People will make a decision if they're forced. Think about it this way. If I take a gun and put it over your head and say, listen, if you don't sign this deal right now, I'm going to kill you. Right? Or if you don't sign this deal right now, I'm going to kill your family. Or I'm going to hurt you. Like, that's coercion. Or if you don't sign this deal right now, and I have, let's say, some blackmail on you, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to blackmail you and show all your friends and family this email as an example. Right? That's coercion. That's forcing someone to make a decision. They don't really want to make the decision, but they're doing it because they're forced to do it. Now, that's not the right way to do business. That's manipulation, and that's not a way to do it, but that's one of the ways that somebody's going to make a decision, right? And number 4 is ego, right? So the E in RICE stands for ego. People will make decisions to fulfill their ego, to protect their ego, right? It's a personal reason for them. So some people go out there and they build these big businesses, not because of the reward, not because somebody freaking forced them, not because they want to, not because, they have this belief system that being a business owner is amazing. They're doing it only because they want to prove their father wrong, prove their uncle wrong, prove somebody wrong, and say, you know what, they can become successful. They can build a big business. So you got to figure out what's important for that individual. Some people will be driven by reward. Some people will be driven by force. Some people will be driven by, coercion. Some people will be forced by, ego. You got to figure that out. And you got to understand that this is the psychology of why people make decisions. So when you're going out there negotiating with people, doing business with someone, figure out a way where you can figure out exactly who this person is. What are their core beliefs? What excites them? What's their why? What motivates them? What drives them? Because if you have a better understanding of who your customer is and who the individual is for when you're negotiating, whatever it may be, you have a higher chance of signing that deal and getting things done for a win-win situation if you understand the other party. My name is Michael Barayev, and hopefully you love this kind of content, you love this kind of information. If you do, share this with a friend, and do me a favor, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed to the channel yet, and we'll see you guys in the next video.